Aloha. Republicans in Hawaii have two big dilemmas. One, we're in the deepest of blue states. Two, we have one of the worst performing Republican parties in the nation. Now, the second worst Republican party in the nation is Rhode Island. But they have twice as many Republicans elected to office in a state that has less identification as Republican than does Hawaii. So we've got a problem. And that problem isn't just administration. People think that if we change the administration of the Republican Party, that'll fix things. But no, just like the state of Hawaii has a structural problem, the existing party has a structural problem. So we have to deal with those issues. Now, to understand what's taking place, we have to go back to the territorial days, actually the line going from the Republic of Hawaii through the annexation to the territory. At that time, the people from the Republic of Hawaii, which was a one-party state, laid the foundation for both the territory of Hawaii, which becomes the state of Hawaii, and the Hawaii Republican Party. Now, they laid that foundation like they did in the Republic of Hawaii to be a one-party state. Let me give you an example. They formed on all islands in 1905 the city and county system, a rarely used political structure, which suppresses the growth of alternative political groups, parties, individuals. How does it do that? Well, one, the city and county structure has less elected representatives than a regular county structure. And two, most damaging, is unlike the rest of the nation, Hawaii has no incorporated municipalities. There are over 30,000 incorporated municipalities in this country. The incorporated municipality is actually just below the state as far as political power, because that incorporated nature gives them the ability to control police departments, fire departments, to make decisions on how to develop their city, how to run their city. When you live in an incorporated municipality, you get to vote for a mayor, you get to vote for city council, and you're living in a county, which means you have county commissioners to vote for, you have a justice of the peace, you have sheriff's departments, you have prosecuting attorneys. In other words, what we lack in Hawaii structurally is the proper amount of representation it takes to run a modern democracy. Now, the Hawaii Republican Party was structured by these same people to resist reform at all levels. And that worked fine. For the first 50 years, the Hawaii Republican Party controlled the state of Hawaii, along with the Big Five and the oligarchy of the Big Five. But when John Birds created a strong enough coalition to overturn that monopoly in 1954, the Democrat Party of Hawaii has controlled Hawaii ever since, again, demonstrating how the state was structured to be a one-party system. Now, we need to have a strong Republican Party. We need it for ourselves, our families, for our state, and for our nation. How are we going to achieve this? Well, what comes to mind is what Alexander the Great did with the Gordian knot, which instead of trying to undo the knot and all the impossible stuff about it, he took his sword out and he cut it. That was a tool he had at hand to accomplish what needed to be accomplished. Now, what we have at hand, instead of trying to deal with the Gordian knot of trying to fix a party that was structurally designed to not be reformed, is to start a new Republican Party of Hawaii, right? That jumps over all the missteps of the past, all the bad feelings about being so closely linked with the oligarch, and it overnight creates a party structure that we can design from the ground up to be that small version of the Democratic Republic, to be a representative democracy within itself, to help men and women gain the knowledge and the experience to be able to run the representative democracy of state government. Now, we have a petition that we have from the Office of Elections. That's when we get to about 850 signatures of registered voters. We're hoping to get quite a bit more than that. Then we have a new Republican Party of Hawaii. These petitions are being circulated on the island of Hawaii. We have a couple of different spots where circulating petitions here on Oahu. Let me tell you what can happen when we get this new Republican Party. We can structure it after the Texas Republican Party You want to do a successful Republican Party structure? How about Texas? What Texas does as a structure is they have an executive committee, which consists of a chief executive and vice executive, which is by bylaws required to be a man and a woman. They also operate on senatorial committees. Same thing, a chief executive and vice executive, a man and a woman. In Hawaii, that would be 25 senatorial committees of 2 people, and executive chief executive and vice executive of the executive committee, a man and a woman, 52 people in all, who would learn to work together, one executive committee, with standing committees of things like candidate financing, candidate development for winning elections. But more so, those senatorial district committees would be tasked with the responsibility and the privilege of developing their senatorial districts, of going down to the grassroots of their neighborhoods and of their people, to develop Republican goals and Republican agendas, to be present in the community, to be a positive influence, so that we can gain legitimacy and we can gain the numbers needed to have a peer-to-peer ratio with the Democrat Party of Hawaii. Now, usually at the end of a video like this, the people ask you to smash that subscribe button or to like us on Facebook. I'm asking you to do something far more important, to be a part of this process. And you can do that, one, by finding one of these petitions or giving us a call or emailing us, and we'll get it to you. And 2, when this new party takes place, we are going to need a lot of people ready to grab things by the collar, grab the bull by the horns, and to start to get this party going. Now you can do that and find out more by contacting us at newgophawaii.us. You can also email us at newgophawaii@gmail.com, or you can call us at 808-755-9377. Now, as I said, we have petitions going on Kauai. We'd love to get some going on Maui. We'd love to get some going on the Big Island. We will come to you to help get this going. But it's imperative. We have to imua. We have to pull together to get this to happen. And this is something we can do. This is something we need to do right away so we can get this party up and running this year. There's a lot to be done. There's a lot of opportunities out there. And remember, just having a viable, strong Republican Party in the state of Hawaii is in of itself a reform to the system, as I mentioned earlier, which was designed to be a one-party system. Want to make it a 2-party system? Join with us. Give me a call. Contact us through the website or through Gmail. And please, please take part in this process, in this effort. Thank you for listening.